moments where that's a note to self, isn't it?
Yeah, telling myself.
You're an artist, you can. Pretty awesome.
Okay, very good morning and welcome to the Swiss Wellness VFL Women's Love the Game Grand Final press conference between Hawthorn and the Geelong Cats. Hawthorn finished the season in second spot with 12 wins and 2 defeats, and Geelong Cats in fourth with 10 wins, 3 defeats and a draw. In their only encounter for the season at the end of the year, it was Hawthorn defeating Geelong. Coverage this weekend for our grand final will be Women's Australian Rules Football Radio via RSN Carnival. We'll also have broadcasts through SEN and 3WBC, and we'll also have a video stream through vfl.com.au. Please welcome today from the Hawthorn Football Club Coach Patrick Hill and Deputy Vice Captain Lou Watton, and from the Geelong Cats Coach Paul Hood and Captain Beck Goring. I'll open it up to the media. First question, Keith.
Paddy, just from the start of last year, when you took over as a new team at Box Hill, and I thought back then you're really struggling, just starting out, but in the space of 2 years to come from where you were there to where you are now, obviously it's a terrific effort for the Hawthorn Footy Club. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it is. It's if you told me I'd be here when I took on the job probably just under 2 years ago, that'd be in a grand final, I probably would have laughed at you. But we're incredibly well supported by our club, and I think it shows how many great athletes there are out there in women's sport. It's not like men's sport where they've already been through a lot of trials and had a lot of development programs thrown at them since they were 7 years old. They've had to sort of fight to be involved, and once we opened up the doors to allow women in, you see how many amazing athletes there are out there, and they're extremely coachable, and I'm sure Hoodie will say the same. They're a delight to work with, and it doesn't take long to identify that ability and to be able to develop it and turn it into something that looks great. So I'm really proud of the group, but you can see that all throughout the league, and it won't be long till next year there'll be another contender up here as well.
How much did bringing in the players from the Eastern Devils this year and the other clubs help lift you to that next step?
It provides the leadership and the guidance out in the field that we probably lacked last year. They were incredibly coachable last year and a great group. But what the girls, particularly from Eastern Devils, but even Phoebe McWilliams from St Kilda Sharks, is they're quality people and they fit right into our club. And that was the thing we were probably the most protective of, that we really wanted quality people in our club and maintain the culture that we built up last year. And that's what most of last year was about. It was learning to play the game, learning to play a modern style of footy, but developing a culture. And that's bringing in those girls like Lou from Eastern Devils has really maintained that culture and probably helped us on the field go to another level.
What did you think after you lost to Hawthorn in the final round, you'd be in this position now that you could work your way through the finals and knock over obviously MT and Collingwood?
Yeah, we did, Kingy. We were quietly confident that we could improve our performance after that day. Obviously, we learned a bit from playing against the Hawks. They put in a really powerful performance, but we're also confident that we had a couple of changes to be made to our side in the near future, and knew that we'd played well against Collingwood the first time we played them, and we might be able to get over the top of the Thunder too. So it's no great surprise to us that we're here, but obviously we needed a bit of luck along the way, and we're really grateful to get the opportunity to play in a big game this week.
How hard did you review that final round game with Hawthorn, and I suppose do you pull that vision out again this week? Yeah, we're always reviewing. Every time you have a look, you find something new. So we did review pretty hard. We review every game hard, but we knew that that Hawthorn were a really competent team. So we've had a good look at how that game went, and we look forward to adjusting this week. What did you take away? Is there something specific that I suppose that giving away trade secrets that you've had to work on?
No, there's no real specifics that we need to share other than that Hawthorn have had a terrific season. I mean, they finished second on the ladder and beat the first side in the second semi, so they've had a great season. Paddy's spoken about their development journey, and they've had a clear plan along the last 2 years watching them play, and they've improved every single time we've seen them, and they're going to be a formidable opponent. But as far as specifics go, it's just going to be a really tight contest, and the team that executes the best on the day will win, I think.
Just for both coaches, I guess, how important is the
introduction of the young players from the TSC Cup, girls like Olivia Purcell, Nina Morrison, and then obviously with Hawthorn you've got the likes of Emerson Woods. How do they impact the team and sort of lift you to this sort of success?
I think probably Hoodie's best place to answer this because he's got two superstars in his team, and they were missing in the last round of the year. They had to go over and play in the carnival, and I didn't have Emerson Woods, but I did have Michaela Khan through that one. So I think they're going to really impact this grand final. They've been really important, particularly when you're talking about a competition that's got a points cap on it, so you do have to play some players on low points, and when you can get some really quality players into your team that you're just selecting your best 23 anyway, but happen to be 1 point players, it just helps you pick a much better balanced side. I've had a good look at Hoodie's two players over the last couple of weeks, and one of them will go number one in the draft now, I'd suspect, and the other one won't be too far behind her. And they just play with a maturity as well that you don't expect to see from such young players. Michaela has really made a difference to our team and our midfield structure. She's for someone that's only played about 10 games of footy ever, she's an incredible awareness of the game and a real bull at the contest, and just thrives on it. And Emerson Woods can just run all day, so it's really changed our side. It's given us some real focus on where we want to go, and we're up to have them in.
We're really fortunate, obviously, to have a great football program in the Geelong Falcons in our town, and to be able to get some of the young girls from there play with our team throughout the season has been great for us. Obviously, Olivia and Nina are talented players, and they'll certainly help our side on the weekend. But probably the biggest thing where we've benefited over the course of the season is having those youngsters from the Falcons come in over what's a long year, and just the enthusiasm of youth and the little stories you get along the way in women's football are always fascinating and great fun. And so to have the Falcons players come in and give the group a shot in the arm from time to time, and obviously the talent that's in the TAC Cup can help any side, and I think that's painting a great picture for the future of women's footy.
For you, Beck, do you feel the impact of those players having their success in the TSC Cup and in the championships, does that sort of get through to all of the women that are playing in your team?
Yeah, definitely. Having them jump straight into the squad has been fantastic. It's been a bit of fresh air, and moving into the final series, it really gave us a bit of a spark. So their precision on field's been extraordinary. So we'll look to really use that as a weapon coming into Sunday's game.
Paddy, what makes Geelong so dangerous?
Probably the guy sitting next to me. I think he's an astute coach, and probably thought about this over the last week. I think in footy coaching terms, and as much as you can be friends, I've probably developed a really good friendship with Paul, but it's built on respect, and I know that Geelong Footy Club develops people really well. I probably liken their club a little bit like Hawthorn. It's full of good people and full of good systems, and I know they're going to be incredibly well coached, and even after that last round game that we were able to get up in, I said after that game, it was probably lucky it was at our ground, because I feel it was down at their ground, it probably might have been a different result and a bit of sliding doors moment. But we found them incredibly hard to stop their ball movement, and we've probably been renowned this year as one of the best defensive sides in the competition, but controlling their ball movement is quite hard for us compared to some of the other teams. So I know that's going to be a real challenge. They've got a really good forward line. Their midfield, while probably doesn't have some of the stars that some of the other clubs have, they're more than capable and a much better spread, I think, than a lot of teams. And they've got a defence that's that can take and handle 2 or 3 tools, which some others can't. So all over the park, I think they're pretty even. And we just know that we have to execute to probably 95 to 100% of our ability on the weekend to get over the line.
Do you have to keep half an eye on Michelle Cranston?
I think we have to keep more than half an eye. I think we'll put a fair bit of time into Rochelle.
Well, you've got an update on Erin Hall for us. Will she play on Sunday?
It's a race against time for Erin Kingy. Hurting her foot in the first final was a tough injury for her to have to deal with. So we'll give her every chance to get up, but at the moment, things will need to go really well for her.
Okay. You obviously played the best part of 2 games without her, so you're confident that you can still get the job done without
about if she doesn't get up?
Yeah, for sure. Look, for a large part of the season, Erin was unfortunately unavailable due to work commitments, so we're well practiced at playing without her in the team. We'd obviously love to have her. She's a dominant force in the ruck, and we're going to have to do really well to counter Lou and the influence of her on ball brigade. But yeah, we're well practiced at playing without Erin, and if she doesn't get up for the game, we'll be able to put another structure in place that can help us around the ball for sure.
And Lou, how do you plan for yourself knowing that Erin may or may not be out there against you?
I've just got a plan for anything. I mean, we played them in the last round without her there. But if she does get in there, she's pretty dominant in the ruck. So we've just got to plan whether she's in there or not. We'll have our structures either way.
And your experience coming across from the Devils as well. The whole competition is really different this year. How have you found the differences in it coming across to Hawthorn?
Yeah, it is a really different competition this year. I think it's brought a lot of excitement with a lot of player movement. The teams have been a lot more even this year. So it's been, a guessing game for anyone predicting who's going to win. Coming across with a few Devils teammates has been fantastic that we've been able to stick together and work in the Hawthorn structure. Hawthorn have been great all year, and they really are a family club and made us feel really welcomed, and being under the guidance of Paddy and a coach of his experience is something that I and a lot of the other girls haven't ever had before. So we're just really excited to be a part of this program, and like Paddy said before, he was surprised he's sitting here now if someone asked him 2 years ago. Same thing with me. I retired a couple of years ago, and to be sitting here now playing in a grand final this Sunday, me and a lot of the other girls are super excited.
For yourself and for Beck, I suppose, there's a big rivalry obviously between Hawthorn and Geelong at AFL level. Has that filtered down at all to VFLW level?
Well, we've only played each other once this season, and I think the rivalry probably started a little bit last year because both of them were new to the VFLW competition. Jeff Kennett likes to talk about the rivalry a lot, but I guess it's been building, and this game will be really big for both of us this Sunday.
I'll make sure there's a big rivalry anyway.
Yeah, I think we see it down as Geelong as 3 different teams but one club. So if the media want to paint it as a rivalry, they're more than welcome to.
Just wanted to ask you about Team of the Year selection. Obviously, an honour, especially with a couple of other Cats teammates.
Yeah, I was very surprised to hear I've made fullback Team of the Year, and an awesome achievement for Mia and Rocky as well. You've got to take those accolades when they come, I think, and it's kind of given us a nice lift going into last week's game, and will again this Sunday. But sort of, take it for what it's worth, and then focus on the team footy thing again. Very, very honoured and very privileged to be part of that and included in that.
And Lou, great to see one of the young guns of the team, Jade Van Dyke, selected as the Rising Star, the deputy medalist as well.
Yeah, she's had a stellar year, performed really consistently throughout the season. It's been really exciting to watch her development, and really deserved of that accolade.
Woody, will Morrison definitely play?
I hope so. Yeah, she will. She trained well last night, and all signs are that she'll be fine to go.
So maximum 2 changes if Erin plays, and minimum 1 if she doesn't. Is that how you're looking at it?
Yeah, we're not certainly looking to make it a large raft of changes. So obviously our main training session is still Friday. We don't know exactly what it'll look like until then, but the team's fairly settled. It won't change too much.
So it's the same question to you, Paddy. Are you a full strength day?
Yeah, we copped a couple of injuries out of the last game, so we've got 2 players that definitely won't play in Mel Keyes, who unfortunately did her Achilles 5 minutes into the Collingwood game, and Di Haynes did a medial, and they're 2 quality people that there's always some hard luck stories in any grand final team, and it breaks my heart that it's those two people. But so we'll have to bring a couple in, definitely for sure. What that looks like at the moment, we'll probably have a look what Hoodie does and see how he structures up his team a little bit, and we'll react to that.
Both very important players. Obviously, Mel in particular was your captain last year.
Yeah, and when we needed someone last year, we didn't have any AFL talent on our list. We needed someone to stand up for our footy club and chuck a team on their shoulders. It was Mel that did it, and for her not to be involved in this grand final, it's you get very close to your players, and as I said before, it breaks my heart that she's not involved in this. But that's footy. I'm sure she'll go on to bigger and better things, and she's still got her AFL career going ahead of her, and hopefully she gets another opportunity with us next year. But she is important to us, and it's going to be a big loss.
Tell us about Emma Mackey, who I remember seeing her as a young teenage girl playing with the boys up in the border region, and her brother Joel has been a very good footballer up there too.
Yeah.
Obviously, she was one of those ones that was lost to the game for a long time, being unable to play, went cycling and come back now, just a really hard player and important part of your team as captain this year. Yeah,
she's just someone that just loves the contest, and just absolutely refuses to give up on anything. You'll see her if she starts to get tackled, she'll never give up on trying to get that ball out or trying to get away from that tackle. Very, very passionate about the Hawthorn Footy Club, and someone that's just a great leader. So it's been great this year because she was terrific for us last year, and won our best and fairest in a canter. But this year she's got some real support in there. But she continues to mentor the young people, and she means a lot to our team, and she means a lot to our club.
Paddy, obviously, having beat Collingwood, they've kind of been that benchmark for the rest of the sides this year.
Yep.
Do you feel like you've taken that mantle as the number one and come in as favourite?
Well, I said at the start of this final series that I couldn't have thought of 4 more evenly matched teams, and I think it's just as Paul said before, who executes on the day. And Northern Territory and Collingwood have been mighty teams this year, and probably a lot of people expected them to be the grand finalists. We're probably pinching ourselves to be the first one into the grand final, considering the strength of the 4 teams. But we've had great respect, for Geelong all the way along. And as I said, I think if you put Morrison and Purcell and Hoare into the team that played in the last round this year and put the game down at Cardinia Park, I think it's a much different story. So I don't think we are the number one team, but I think we're pretty evenly matched. I think there's two clubs that play a definite system. They're not the same system. They'll play a lot different to how we want to play, but certainly system-based teams, and whoever executes will be the better team. But so we started our journey together in VFLW. Hoodie got the points on that one, 8 goals, 9 goals to 0, and took me 2 weeks to get my first goal in VFLW. So I think there's some real good synergy about that, and a fair amount of irony that we'd end up in this place at the same time.
Beck and Lou, the pressure, I suppose, of making the finals when it's only a top 4 in a 13-team comp, knowing that you needed to win 10 or 11 games out of 14, how much pressure did that have on you all year, especially with a club like Darebin being basically on your tail all the way?
To be honest, that didn't enter our minds at all, about how many games we needed to win this year to make finals. We set ourselves just to improve our football, and if September was on the cards when it came around, we were going to embrace that. So we just wanted to really improve as a squad this year, and 46 players on our list have really contributed to getting us to where we are on Sunday. So we weren't really worried too much about wins and losses, just playing really good football and sticking to our system and our brand of footy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously everyone's dream is to get the premiership, but from the start of the season we just set really small goals and ticked them off as we went. As I said, we've got a good system here at Hawthorn as well, so we were really just all about the process, and if we did all our processes, then we knew that the outcome would eventuate. So I mean, yeah, Darebin is a formidable opponent, and they've always have been. So, I mean, during the season there was a bit of pressure in some games that, you know, teams were just kept coming at us, but we just kept ticking the boxes, and luckily we kept getting the wins.
Just finally for Beck and Lou, the opportunity for the teams to play at Etihad Stadium this weekend.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's really exciting. The girls are really excited. It's a big stage, big occasion, and yeah, we can't wait. I've just had a quick look at it. It looks perfect, so hopefully we can string it all together and get a really good result for the Geelong Footy Club.
Yeah, I think we're really lucky now in women's football to be given the same facilities and opportunities as the men. And that goes to this weekend. I mean, to play on Etihad's, you know, a fantastic opportunity for many young women. And, you know, 46 of us get the chance this weekend. So everyone will be lapping it up on Sunday.
Any final questions?
Who are you playing as your 23rd, Woody?
Good question, King. I think Olivia's been our 23rd throughout the final, so yeah, it'll still work that way.
That's it. Just announcing also the umpires officiating in the grand final this weekend in the field. Josh Ball, Luke Porter and Nick Scott, with the emergency Michael Wilcox. Boundary umpires Brenton Dixon, Riley Kane and Adrian Pretorius. And the goal umpires Taylor Manning, Jack Stammers and the emergency James Rizzio. We wish Hawthorn and Geelong all the best for the grand final, 12:30 this Sunday here at Etihad Stadium. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, hold on. Good luck, Lou. Well done on the season so
Yeah,
far.
thank you.
We'll do a quick changeover and have